Well, good morning, everyone. This is Indiana Jack, and I'm preparing to go on a trip all the way from Phoenix, Arizona to Fort Wayne, Indiana, across the country. 1,900-mile trip, and I'm just getting ready, everything ready, filling out all my papers and doing all that stuff. So thanks for riding along with me as I get ready to go here. Well, we've made it all the way to the border of New Mexico and Arizona, about 300 miles today. Trip's going really good. We're here at a truck stop called Speedy's, which is quite familiar to most of us truckers here on I-40. And we're getting her rolling out of our brief stop here at Speedy's in New Mexico. If we can find a hole in this traffic, we'll get out of here.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
There must be something up there slowing everybody down. Maybe they routed all the traffic off the freeway. I'm not really sure.
State border ahead.
Because this road is usually completely empty. And behind me, it's as far as I can see also.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Grants Road, ahead. Take the entrance to the left in 700 feet.
Now in the summer, all of these places along here are all filled with tourists buying the Indian souvenirs. Just last week, it was way below zero here. I mean, actually the whole country below zero, but it was cold.
Warning, guard ahead.
I love it how my GPS calls a curve a carve, C-A-R-V. Not a curve, a carve. Carve ahead. It also pronounces Mojave, Mohave.
On this road for 8 miles.
Just a quick stop here.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Moriarty, New Mexico. Having a great day still. We have 46 more miles until our stop tonight, which we're going to make it to Tucumcari. It's going to be close, very close. In fact, my alarm will be going off, my warning bell that says I'm about to go over in my hours, probably right as we're pulling up to the truck stop. We'll see. Beautiful night for a road trip.
and nowhere to run. I'm missing my friends now. We used to have such fun because it's over. And it's so sad. Some say it's when life begins, but if you ask me, it's when the road trip ends. I'm sort of confused now. I don't understand what happened to those summers when we had so many plans. I'm sipping my cocktail, I'm singing my song. My friend's at the altar, and I hope he'll sing along because it's over. And it's so sad, so sad. Some say it's when life begins, but if you ask me, it's when the road trip ends. Confused now, I don't understand what happened to those summers when we had so many plans. I'm sipping my cocktail, I'm singing my song. My friend's at the altar, and I hope he'll sing along because it's over. And it's so sad. Some say it's when life begins, but if you ask me, it's when the road trip ends. Dreaming of the past as I take another sip. I'm sitting alone here, the jukebox is on. I'm playing the best of my greatest, saddest songs because it's over. And it's so sad, so sad. Some say it's when life begins, but if you ask me, it's when the road trip ends. Some say it's when life begins, but if you ask me, it's when the road trip ends. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. When the road trip ends. When the road trip ends.
Good morning. I don't know what time it is where you are, but here in Amarillo, it's morning time on this trip going to Indiana. And it's 7:30 in the morning. Having just a great trip. I was through here a few weeks ago, and this was all solid ice, so I'm thankful that it's not solid ice right now, I'll tell you. We're going to be stopping here in Amarillo. Let's flash this guy over. Stopping here in Amarillo and getting some fuel. I'm not using very much fuel on this trip, which usually I'm complaining the opposite way, saying how much fuel I'm using, but I've had a tailwind. Right now it's a side wind, but still I'm light enough that it's a good time to be trucking when you're nice and light. We just got into Oklahoma, a little town called Sayre. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. S-A-Y-R-E. I always stop at this Flying J. Just because going on to Oklahoma City, it's just too far. I like to get out and stretch a little bit more than most. And we've gone 238 miles today. Well, we're having a nice submarine sandwich here at Flying J. Actually, we're not relaxing here, but it's called the eat and run, you know? I know a lot of guys bring refrigerators with them, and I used to, but Old Red just doesn't accommodate a refrigerator very well. But I may get one. I got a friend in Germany who has his own trucking site there. They take some awesome pictures of the European trucks. And this Western distribution truck that's passing us right now is his favorite truck line. And he always says, "Hey, can you get us some pictures of them?" And sometimes I send them some pictures of them, and by golly, there's one passing us right now. Approaching Oklahoma City. For some reason, the Europeans really like our big Peterbilts and Kenworths. They like that classic truck that they don't have there. I don't think they do. Maybe that's why they like them so much. My other European friends say the same thing. They love those trucks. So that one's for you guys in Europe. And it seems like always coming through Oklahoma City, there's so much construction. And that would go for this part too. And we're dealing with heavy crosswinds. these kind of roads in Oklahoma that they're so bumpy, you almost have to hold on to yourself, you know? All right, we're here at the Petro in Joplin, Missouri. Looks like there's plenty of parking there today. At the last minute I decided to go here. I was going to go to the Flying J, but I just want something different, you know, not the same old thing.
In 300 feet, turn left on MO43, and then take the entrance to the right at 200 feet. Turn left on MO43, and then take the entrance to the right at 200 feet.
Because it's a Sunday, there's fewer trucks here.
And then make a U-turn if possible. In 650 feet. Turn right on South Outer Road, and then make a U-turn if possible. In 650 feet.
Dang, they've redone this. I don't think I've been here since they redid it. It's starting to look as big as Iowa 80.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
That's my 1 hour bell. All right. This is what we have to do tomorrow. You can see I'm the little rocket ship down there on the left. Actually, the space shuttle. And we go all the way from there, St. Louis, Indianapolis, and then straight up to Fort Wayne. Petro is a busy Petro. In fact, anywhere on 44, from here all the way to Indianapolis, it gets busy. And a lot of trucks, a lot of congestion, and a lot of four-wheelers, unfortunately. Here in a little town called Richmond, Missouri, off of 44. And just going to get some coffee. For me, it's morning. I don't know where you are, but for me and on our little trip here going to Fort Wayne, Indiana, it's morning for me. want to get off here. This isn't the place that I thought it was, but it'll do good. I've stopped here before.
Continue on this road for 8 miles.
It's been a while, but they got good coffee. And that's what we need in the morning, just like the truck needs the fuel.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Nice little place they got here. And we got the coffee warmed up. And it's 40 degrees here in Richland, Missouri. And I know I get a lot of email from people who say, oh, I live there, wherever I am, not necessarily here, but oh, I live near that truck stop. We're about halfway, actually, between Joplin and St. Louis. And then after St. Louis on into Indianapolis, probably for the night. We've made it to the famous Indianapolis, home of my favorite truck stop, one of them, Mr. Fuel. The only thing I don't like about it is there's never any parking there. So I can never stay at my favorite truck stop.
In 1/4 mile, make a U-turn if possible, and then approaching destination on the right side in 500 feet.
Wow, I might get a spot at that Mr. Fuel, which is right there to the left. Famous feeling. From Mr. Fuel here in Indianapolis, tomorrow we have to get up and as early as we can and drive to Fort Wayne, which will conclude our trip. Actually, it's not Fort Wayne, It's a little town just north of Fort Wayne, almost to the Michigan border. So we'll be doing that first thing in the morning. I will have biscuits and gravy and sausage.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
No?
I'm just joking.
You're
Small or
selling
large?
them though. Small.
Small?
Like that's one biscuit, right?
Small biscuit, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else with that soup?
And a large coffee.
Sausage gravy, right?
Yeah. So it's breakfast time at Mr. Fuel, having some good old-fashioned biscuits and gravy. And you know what they do here? They have good old-fashioned customer service here. They give you free coffee. You know, they used to do that in the olden days. The olden time truckers tell me all the time they used to get a free cup of coffee occasionally from a truck stop. And Mr. Fuel still does that every time I come here in the mornings. They give me a fresh cup of hot piping coffee to get my day going. So let's get going on to our next stop. Well, before the road trip can end, we have to finish it. So let's get rolling here in Indianapolis. Let's roll. I had one guy write me on Google Plus, I think. Thanks all you new people on Google Plus, by the way. He said, Jack, I watched one of your videos, the one about one of the bad things about trucking is you get fat. He says, how come you're always eating? He said, I saw you eating in one of your videos. I haven't had a chance to, ooh, we got ice. I haven't had a chance to write him back yet, but yes, I still have to eat.
Go straight up, Sultanic Street, IN37.
The thing is, the choice
Left in 800 feet.
of the foods is the wrong thing. I don't eat very much, I eat the wrong foods. But for you, the guy that made the comment, I wish I could remember your name. I'm sorry, I won't try not to show me eating very much. I know it's all in good fun. Well, we have arrived here to the receiver.
And then turn right at 0.3 miles.
Now we just have to find out where to go.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on West 800 South.
It's 25 degrees here
Turn right on West 800 South.
in extreme northern Indiana. And on this trip we've gone 2,089 miles. Which is a nice trip. Just like I thought. No empties. And I'm far from anywhere. Probably the closest place is back to Indy. Maybe Chicago. I don't want to go there, it's snowing. But if I have to, whatever. Well, like the song says, when the road trip ends. And that's where we are right now, just dropping off our trailer here in extreme northern Indiana. And who knows where we'll go from here. We've had a good trip. Thanks for riding along with me. As I always say, trucking really is an adventure. Thanks for riding along. We'll see you next time.
Road tripping.